Hello, my name is Lynn Klein. I am a realtor with Vanguard Realty. I work with my husband Jonathan. Today we are going to talk about the do's and don'ts of getting your home ready to sell. Here is my top 10 list of do's when you list your home. We are going to go quickly through each one. I know some of you will take notes, so remember you can pause the video at any time or reach out to me with questions. I will also show you this list again at the end of the video. Let's get started. Do select a reputable realtor. For example, Jonathan has some special training and proven experience with residential buyers and sellers. He has the certifications or designations called Seller Representative Specialist or SRS and Accredited Buyer Representative or ABR. He is also a broker. I have a specialization in helping buyers and sellers that are at least 50 years old, which is called the SRES, or Seniors Real Estate Specialist. Do set a competitive selling price. Days on market kills the price of your home. If you want to set your price high and leave room for negotiation, typically no one looks at your house because it's priced too high. Sometimes you get no offers if you price too high initially. Here's a good metaphor. If you have a Cadillac house, but you price your house as if it was a Rolls Royce, you will get Rolls Royce buyers to look, but once they look, they won't buy because it is not worth Rolls Royce money and you are missing out on the Cadillac buyers. The Cadillac buyers are off buying other homes and your house is sitting on the market. The more days on market, the more people ask, what's wrong with this house? And they might offer a lower price because they see it listed for a long period of time. If your house is a Cadillac, price it like a Cadillac and you will get buyers to come look. Check out the market and price your home accordingly. Make small repairs. If a potential buyer notices small items that need fixing, sometimes they think, well, if the homeowner didn't fix the small things, what can I not see that needs to be fixed? Are there bigger repairs? So, do make small repairs. I wouldn't necessarily start spending a lot of money on remodeling. Although it might make your home sell faster, the money, time, and aggravation you put into big renovations may not be given back dollar for dollar upon the sale. That is a discussion you should have with your realtor. Very often, Jonathan and I will meet a buyer at a home. If the buyer arrives early, they get a few minutes to sit out front and form an opinion on your house. Buyers will typically have a strong feeling even before they enter a home about whether or not they will buy. So, do clean up your yard. When a potential buyer enters your home, it should be with a licensed realtor that has pre-qualified the buyer. So what I'm about to say really involves open houses more than just a single showing. However, this slide applies to everyone when their house is for sale. Do think like a criminal. Put medicines away. Someone could take one or two of your pills and you wouldn't know. Now that everyone has a cell phone, people can just take a picture of a paper on your desk or counter with important information on it. You would never know that someone just swiped your bank account or social security number by snapping your quick picture. Put everything important away and lock it up. I don't want to scare you, I just want to make you aware. So, do think like a criminal. If you love to cook and use a lot of onion or garlic on a consistent basis, you may have a strong odor in your house. Pet odors and smoking are two other strong odors that could turn a potential buyer away. Since you are always in the house and used to the smell, you may not always know that you have a strong odor. So, do ask a trusted friend to come over and give you an honest assessment about your house having strong or bad odors. When you list your home, you will fill out a 7-page disclosure. Arizona law requires the seller to disclose material facts about the property. It will ask you anything from, have you ever seen a scorpion in your home? To, have you ever had or currently have roof or air conditioning issues? Even if you read a question and it doesn't seem important to you, you should always fully answer the question. So, do disclose. Make sure you are using a realtor that gets feedback after a showing. Jonathan and I always ask for feedback after showings. Not all agents will take the time to give feedback, but feedback can help and is important because if the same issue keeps getting mentioned, that is something you are going to have to address. So, do get feedback. Visit and analyze your competition. This is what your buyer is going to be looking at, your competition. Definitely look at pictures online, but if at all possible, go and visit the homes in your neighborhood that are comparable to yours. The buyer will probably look at these homes in addition to yours, so make sure yours looks great and is priced right according to your competition. Do visit and analyze the competition. Make your home as easily accessible to a buyer as possible. I understand that you are living at home, working from home, have a pet, or so forth, but make it as easy to show your home as possible, and don't limit showing time. Even though we ask buyers to make an appointment with some advance notice, many times a buyer will request a showing and want to get in within the hour. I've had buyers want to see a home that we couldn't get into, we passed, and guess what? The buyer bought another home. Yikes! So do make it as easy to show your home as possible. So that was my top 10 list of do's when you list your home for sale. What did you think? Here is my list of don'ts. These are 7 things not to do when you list your house for sale. I will talk about each one of these in the next few slides, so don't forget to pause the video if you are taking notes. You can also reach out to me with questions. Don't put your house on the market until you are ready both emotionally and physically to sell your home. Of course you want your home to be show ready when a buyer comes in, but if you aren't emotionally ready to sell, don't do it. It just won't be a good experience for you or the buyer. Don't get too sentimental. I understand that your 3 kids were raised there, and Fido's favorite resting spot was in the sunny corner in the living room. It helps to think of your home as a product and not an heirloom. If you are having a hard time letting go, talk to your realtor. I've got some tips on how to help you through the transition. Don't display your favorite things that won't convey. A general rule of thumb is if it is attached to your home, it conveys. If you have a special chandelier or curtains that you want to take with you to your new home, I would highly recommend that you take it down before the house is listed and replace it with something inexpensive but similar. Many times there is some confusion with what conveys and what doesn't, so ask your realtor. It is better not to cause the initial confusion, so if you want to take it to your next place, take it down and put it out of sight before you show your home. We all love our pets. However, it is difficult to show a home if you are worried about a cat escaping from the front door or if the homeowner leaves the dog in the backyard but doesn't want you to go in the backyard. Also, it works the other way too. If a pet is just so darn cute that the buyer is watching the pet and not looking at your home, they aren't going to buy your house. A typical showing lasts about 20 to 30 minutes. That might be a good time to walk Fido or go for a short drive. Your house shows better without pets. Don't leave your pet in the home. Don't panic if your home doesn't sell immediately. When a house doesn't sell, it usually comes down to price, accessibility, how it shows, and the marketing your realtor is doing. You should be in constant communication with your listing agent and adjust your game plan if necessary. We've talked a little about this already. Although a remodeled house may make your home sell faster, you may not get back dollar for dollar what you put into the remodel. So it may not be worth the money, time, or aggravation to do an extensive remodel. Talk to your agent before you make that decision. This is one of my favorite slides. Spencer Rascoff is the creator of Zillow. Zillow estimated his home at $1.75 million. However, his home actually sold for just a little over $1 million. That's a cool 40% difference. Zillow is not the industry standard. Please use Zillow only as a guide or a reference. Here is the don'ts list again in case you missed something. So just for fun, these are a few of my personal pet peeves. People picking the wrong realtor. Know before you sign the paperwork what to expect from your realtor and what they should expect from you. Make sure that your agent uses a professional photographer to take the pictures. The picture on the left is just bad. The agent didn't even bother to get the cat off the bathroom counter. The picture on the right looks like the agent didn't even bother to take the picture himself. As you can see, the icons are still on the bottom left of the screenshot. I know my skill set. I am not a photographer. I am a realtor. Jonathan and I always use a professional photographer to shoot pictures of your home. That is something that we pay for as part of our customer service package. Please make sure that you have beautiful pictures of your home. It is the first impression. Over 90% of buyers start their search on the internet. Making a good first impression is imperative. Here is a good example of a good and better picture. My last point about pictures is that although you never want to falsely represent your home in a photo, you do want to make your home look big and bright. It's exhausting to have your home constantly show ready. One of my pet peeves is a homeowner not having their home show ready. Something special that Jonathan and I offer to our sellers, free of charge, is up to 5 hours with a professional organizer. She has some amazing tips and tricks on how to help you keep your home show ready. We spoke about this a little bit already. Do research by looking at other homes in your neighborhood that are comparable to yours because that is your competition. If you price your home too high, you aren't going to get showings, you'll be frustrated, and you'll end up with less money than if you priced it right to start with. If you have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath Santa Fe and the 3-bedroom, 2-bath Santa Fe down the street sold for $250,000, most likely your house will sell for around $250,000. Don't get too emotionally attached and price your home too high. One thing that I really love is when sellers ask me questions. Typically, a home is the most valuable asset that people own. Selling a home is not something that most people do regularly, and real estate is always changing. I really do like it when sellers ask me to explain something or for me to tell them what their options are. I also love it when sellers read the paperwork and ask questions if they don't understand. My mom was nearly talked into an investment that she thought sounded good, but she didn't fully understand it. She was about to sign the paperwork when the stock market crashed. Thank goodness she didn't make that investment, or she would have lost everything. So my point is, read and understand everything and ask me questions. So as you reflect on the information from today, what surprised you the most about what you learned? Do you have questions or comments? please reach out to me. If you or someone you know is ready to sell, give me a call. My contact information is found in the comments below or on the screen in front of you.